guys.
Hi!
Hi!
How are we all doing?
Well,
You're talking to us.
We're 2 videos since we last had a chat with any of us. 2 music videos.
we've been very busy releasing those.
2 new songs.
Yes. And, let us know what you think of those in the comments. We've had some pretty great reception so far, but definitely want to know your thoughts. So, yeah.
And if you haven't seen them, go and watch them.
Bait squeaking.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
The perils of filming a group film clip.
The chair's comfy though, so it's fine.
I'm glad. So, we've done 2 music videos, 2 new songs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear, what do you think was our biggest challenge getting those ones out?
You mean like literally? I think driving out of the shooting site for.
Oh, that's the
that was probably the biggest challenge.
So I have a Camry which doesn't do very well with hills and lots of dirt. So getting
sand traps
out
everywhere.
of that, sand traps everywhere. So getting up that hill was a monstrous effort.
We were out
By
bush,
all.
like proper out bush, and it was, by the time we finished filming, it was pitch black, no light anywhere, and we had the ascent back up the hills and just dirt roads. It was just ridiculous.
Might as well have been trying to drive up Mount Olympus for.
Pretty much. You had to really fang it.
Man, that was a fun effort.
Yeah.
So good.
But we got up the hill.
We
We
there.
made it,
are.
and here we are. Yes, we filmed it,
Yeah.
and we got
Definitely.
to witness it being released.
Mhm.
But the actual video, the setting the fire alight wasn't actually too hard, but
I just had to
getting-
stand there with a stick.
yeah, exactly.
Me, fire.
But getting it,
Fire.
keeping it, getting all the shots that we needed to get while it was still hugely fiery was hard because that fire dies very, very quickly. So we had to set that thing alight
doesn't-
repeatedly.
So many
It doesn't
times.
die, it just burns up over all the fuel. Big stars live shorter lives because they burn the
Yeah.
fuel fast. we are big stars here.
Yeah, I'm just like, is this foreshadowing
That's
for
where
us?
That's where he was going with that, obviously.
But
Classic.
yeah, it does go down very, very quickly. It just bursts into flames and then just dies, and then we're there halfway through one run through. Oh shit, more pallets.
At
Yeah.
least it kept us warm that night. First night of shooting way out bush.
It was cold.
Cold. Very chilly.
So cold.
Alright, so we got just under 2 weeks, just over a week until the album premieres.
Mm-hmm.
30th of October.
Yes.
And then we've now announced when we're going to do our launch show. The 13th of November, so
Also,
2 weeks after that.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the
That's
13th
scary.
gig. It will be a lucky day for us, I'm sure.
Oh, well, I mean, given that COVID has obviously minimized a lot of gig opportunities, this is especially exciting for us. Just to be able to play a show at all, which is great. We played one in August, but, definitely this has been a year with the least amount of shows for us.
Yeah, and we're all capped on how many tickets we can sell at the moment. So
Only 17.
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah,
and
So get them
buy
quick.
them today.
they are actually selling out really fast, so...
Buy them today. Okay, so which song, when we play that opening show on the 13th of November, which song are you all most excited to play? I want to hear each of you's.
Behind the veil.
That's our
You just
intro
want to
track
see
for
me play
reference.
it, don't you?
Nobody spoil the joke.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, behind the
Spoil
veil.
the joke.
All of us behind the veil. Every single one of us. Yeah. What's our second most favourite song? Really looking forward to playing. I think for me, I get super hyped with Garden live because it's such a
Oh yeah.
high energy song. It's gonna be one of the opening songs. Yeah, I love playing, and we've played that song before, but I love playing it live. I think out of the songs that we haven't played before, I think Transform should be pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Especially the outro is just...
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm very keen for both Transformed and Break. They're
grooves.
like my drumming is the most different from what I normally do, but like it's also a place in the album where I can actually relax a bit because it's not 180 BPM 16th notes the whole time. So I'm like, oh, thanks, Sam. We slowed it down a bit.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's metal, right?
But what about you, Patrick?
I think I'm most keen for also Garden. Garden's always had a good place with me.
You get a tasty solo.
I do get a tasty
It's
solo.
very tasty.
I do get a very tasty solo.
The first solo of the album.
It sure
Actually,
is.
it is not.
Ralph has his first solo.
Because there's two solos in
Got
that
two
song, and I go
songs.
first.
He's
So,
doing
and then
Just
that's
fix it.
I'm so cut, mate.
You just wanted that first solo, didn't you?
There was the glory. There was your hand. And then Ralph came along and stole it out from
I'm
under.
changing my song to Chrysalis.
Wait, do you have a solo in that?
No. I'm changing my song to
I was just
Shapeshifter.
like, wait, is there a solo?
Song with the solo. My favourite is definitely. I'm very keen to play Crystals live as well. That's really fun for me to play on the piano. But I also I love performing Break as well because that's just really. It's got a really like defiant energy about it, and the choruses in Break are really big for me vocally, so that like I can just belt them out and get
You
really
could almost say that
aggressive.
Break brings you to life.
break me up inside.
Yeah,
Listen to the B-side for the remix of Break, it's fine.
We're going to have a whole Christmas special for you all of just B-sides, demos of the songs. So it's been a very long time we've been working on this, isn't it? This album.
Oh my god, yeah, because like, I mean,
Yeah.
technically, yeah, we had a discussion. I was like, isn't this technically like the third song for this album that we've released? And it was just like, oh yeah, because we released Monster in 2018. And then
Which video has been your favourite
Yeah, that's
so
right.
far?
2 years later, we
That's
bring out the
2018, not
album.
2019, wasn't it?
It's 2018,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Favorite video.
And a lineup change in there as well.
Out of Phoenix, out of like the lyric videos as well?
Ooh.
Are the lyric videos your favourite?
No.
Phoenix. But they're very good.
I think
lyric
Phoenix.
videos.
I think Phoenix, even, and that's not to like put down Monster within video, but Phoenix video just turned out, I think, just awesomely, like
Yeah.
so much better than.
Well, we did both of
We
them
could've-
with
yeah.
Silent Des
Yeah.
Productions visual, and yeah, like what naturally is going to happen, they're going to get better at their craft. We get better at our craft.
It's just a different kind of video. I think Monster is awesome as like a kind of performance shot, like a much more simple narrative, but still effective. But Phoenix, just for its like wow factor with the fire, like with fire, it just made it look awesome. It's
Yes.
something that you can show off to people, and people are kind of like, oh yeah, that looks.
And, it was a 2-day shoot rather than a 1-day
Yeah,
shoot.
we have more.
It sticks with you more.
We have more time and scope to really get lots of money shots and film in different locations. And... What? What?
Give money shots.
Yeah.
We had a lot more time and scope to get really amazing shots, and we filmed in lots of different locations, and had a lot of amazing costumes, which this guy had a hand in making. So yeah, that was just a lot of different elements that all fused together and made it really awesome. So
Yeah, I definitely agree that Phoenix was just way more fun. Stuck with me a lot more, just how exciting it was to shoot over 2 days, even if I was a bit sick on the first.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rocked up and you could barely stand up.
Yeah, falling over. Managed to pull it together to drum. I was a good boy on the day.
Yeah, you pulled through.
Yeah, did good.
Your new theme song is the Booker.
What do you reckon? What's everyone's favorite part of that clip?
Ooh, that's a good question.
So, I got to set the thing on fire. That was all
That's pretty
me.
cool
That
moment
was
for
all me,
you.
baby.
That was a very cool moment for you.
I like the bit where I literally yeet myself into the fire. It just looked really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And also how they filmed it was really cool too. It's
Yeah.
just like double speed and you're just like,
Power over him! follow me. No, it was a really cool
I
thing.
don't know what line it was, but
Watch now as I take flight
I'll watch now as I take flight.
into the fire.
I think I really like. I was gonna sound super conceited, but the first shot of the guitar solo, because it was. So that didn't make the first cut. And I was kind of like, you know, I wanted to explore some different shots of the guitar solo because it didn't feel as like dynamic as the rest of the clip. I was actually at Dez's house, and he just like came across that clip, and I was like, oh my god, that's such a good shot. Like, why didn't you like use that the first time? So yeah, I really like that shot. But I also really like the shot of all of us. Like, I think those first few opening scenes of us walking through the forest, because it just looks so cool, like very almost Game of Thronesy. And then there's a shot of you walking behind us, looking so like focused. It's just a very cool shot. Just that scene is very good. Yeah, I think it is actually. Yeah, and then it goes into the band performance too. Yeah, oh, yeah, it must be the. Okay, cool. That.
That is what I was also thinking. Just those first few establishing shots before like all the band shots come in.
Oh, yeah.
But the shot where us dudes were sort of silhouetted in the background, and then Sam was falling back into the fire. That was a pretty cool shot. Like the blend between the two shots is pretty rad. Yeah.
I find it very interesting that you should say, hey, that bit looked like Game of Thrones, the opening bit, because that's kind of, that's where I got the inspiration for, at least, I mean,
Seasons 1, 2, 4.
A lot of, most of the, the good seasons. No, most of the, I guess, fleshing out the narrative was down to, very much to Des and Connor. They did an amazing job with that. But in terms of, I guess, the look and the style we were going for, the inspiration I definitely took from, Khaleesi rising out of the fire after she done burnt herself.
Yeah. We wanted to shave her head, as in the book, but that was a hard no, apparently.
Next video.
Have her head.
So I mean, like that would have been my favorite shot. It wasn't in there, so I don't really have a favorite shot.
Oh, okay. Sorry to disappoint you. Robbed you of your favorite shot of me being bald.
It's like rising up and like instead of being like, yes, you're like.
That would be.
Should we have done it with a really cheap bald cap?
Oh yeah,
looks like it's from the 70s.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Really shit prosthetics.
That will be in the Snyder cut.
Hashtag release the Snyder cut
of the Phoenix.
Comment below.
Give the audience what they want.
Okay, so I think we've covered about everything we could want to talk about with what we've been doing. What about what we're going to go forward with?
Well,
let's get this year out of the way.
Obviously, we realistically, we're going to be limited on how many shows we can play and where we can play for quite some time. So that's why it's so important. We've got our merch bundles happening. So if you don't live in Brisbane and you we can't play a show for you, just chuck us a $20 to buy a CD, and we'll grab a shirt. They look beautiful on everyone.
Subscribe to the Patreon we don't have.
Something we should set up.
I mean, start by subscribing on YouTube.
Yes.
Follow us on Spotify.
And all the other platforms.
Win that algorithm for us.
Yeah, for sure. Support us if you can through the release of this album, and hopefully, as the restrictions ease, we can make our way to more places very soon.
Yeah. So we've got our when's our show? The Friday the 13th. Make sure you're there. We're at Brightside, aren't we? Yes.
Right.
I think we're playing with
buy your tickets now before they're gone.
Cerulean and Devonian will be joining us, so it's a triple threat because I absolutely fucking love those two bands. Like we've played with them before, and they're so good.
Yeah.
It's a really good lineup. And
I think the three of us have played a show together before as well.
Yeah. And it's always a bit of a ripper of a show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's always fun. Make sure you get your tickets.
Do it.
There.
Do it.
See you there. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.